are listening to the Goal Party Podcast, where we finally relax at the end of the week, make a drink and some hors d'oeuvres, and grab a mic to discuss setting, achieving, and failing at goals. I'm Valerie Aiello, the host of this pod, where anything can happen and the party starts now. Kind of trying to go with the flow, if you know what I mean. I do want to know I'm on the Scarlet Coast link tree right now, and I did want to know what's maybe the best website to direct people first if they want to discover you.
Try Bandcamp.
Bandcamp.
Okay.
You know, they really do pay out their artists pretty well, better than any other streaming place. And, you know, it's nice to be on iTunes and everything, but it's still, I think Bandcamp's the way to go.
Yeah.
Cool. So, does Bandcamp help y'all get on TikTok and Instagram Reels and stuff to where your songs populate in there? Do y'all know?
No, but they are on there. They are available on TikTok and all that stuff.
Yeah.
We just don't personally, I don't use TikTok, but my sister does, and she's been using the Scarlet Coast songs on TikTok. Who knows for what?
Oh, cool.
Yeah. But she always comes up with interesting, funny things to do. So they are on there. If you want to take anything from us and make fun of us, we're really happy to be made fun of.
Yeah.
We own that and embrace happiness.
Awesome. Yeah, I was on the fence of social media might be destructive to society. You know, I was on that train, but TikTok has turned me.
Really?
TikTok is I feel like it's the beginning of everybody having their own job, just being themselves. And it's this weird communicate. You can do anything, and it's you find your people.
Oh, cool. Because when I heard about it, I immediately thought of Amanda Plummer in the Hunger Games when she's losing her mind, going tick-tock in the water. And I was like, oh, maybe that's what that's about.
Yeah, I mean, because you think it's short attention stream, or your attention's getting screwed up because you're 15-second thingies.
Right. That's fun though. It's little bursts of creativity.
Yeah, and also it's okay, I can check out what 100 people are doing in 5 minutes because I'm just checking out their little 15-second things, and I'm all caught up. And then obviously I love the long form, all that stuff.
Yeah, because it's cool to see stuff that short, and it's really actually difficult and interesting to create something interesting enough to watch for only 15 seconds.
Right.
To make it actually worthwhile is, I think, the art. Right?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, you totally get it. And that's why, I don't know if you've seen I try to make a coffee film every day. So I start my morning with a record. And then that's where I'm practicing my 15-second editing. Because it really only takes that long, to make it inside of TikTok. So, I definitely use it, and we'll see,
I think it's fun. Your videos look cute. You do a good job on there.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay, so let me go. So I sent you questions that I'm hoping will kind of be an outline for the show.
Yeah.
Let's start there. And then I have unique questions.
Okay.
So, 1 second. Okay, so I kind of want to start with where have you been? Where are you now? Where are you going? That's a lot, but maybe whatever you guys want to share. Where have you been? where are you now? Where are you going? Like maybe your previous bands you were in or what you were doing before y'all came together and y'all made this magic duo, and then kind of where you want to go from here now that you have the new record.
Gotcha. That sounds good. Okay, we can do that.
Okay.
David, you want to start with where you've been?
Yeah, so this is my first band I've been in.
Yay!
Yeah, it's awesome. I've been solo all this time. I started writing music in my senior year of high school in 2003, but then I didn't start playing out until 2012. So that's when my career kind of started, was 2012, and I put my debut record out that year, and then I just started getting shows and went on from there. And I have, including the Scarlet Coast record, that's my 5th one that I put out. So over the years, I did 4 more before this one. So, yeah.
Awesome. And
so where I've been, you kind of know where I met you in my past.
Right.
Part of my past, anyhow.
Mm-hmm.
I've been putting out records since my first solo record came out in 2006. And then this is going to be my 9th official release. But I've done so many other little things, and, it's like there's really just 20 records in there. Only like 9 of them I really liked. So 9 of them I worked out to that level. And then I've been in lots of bands. I've been in like a band called Black Beverly Hills. It was a really heavy band. And I met you when I had a band called The Bombs. And it was me and this girl named Rhiannon Jones. She played drums and sang. And the two of us just did, like 60s garage rock with like, harmonies and all that stuff. And it was really fun.
Yeah, I remember one show you did at the Jewish Deli off Fairfax. What is that? They had like a side bar.
Yes.
It's awesome.
This place though.
Yeah, it's so awesome. It's like
it's
so like secret LA.
Oh, really?
Yeah, if Haim plays there, you're good. That's all I can say. Love Haim. Hi, Haim. Call us. We really, really, really want you to be on the album next record with us. Call us, Haim.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay. And, so I moved up here to Seattle, from LA, and I put out this album, which was called Taylor Swift Classics, and I took these 6 Taylor Swift songs, and I molded them into what I would sound like if I wrote them. And then I did the record. It's like a charity record where all the money was going to ASPCA and a place called Lambert House in Seattle, which deals with homeless youth and stuff like that. That was a really fun project because I had taken a few years off for personal reasons. My mental health wasn't right.
Yeah.
But then in that 5 years, my mental health got worse because I ignored music. And I told myself that I wasn't going to make music anymore. And I went through that awful thing.
So what brought you back? What brought you back to the playing and the recording?
The fact that I'm good at it, and I love what I do, and I love what I bring to the world, and I love what it gives back to me. That whole cycle, believing in yourself, believing in your work, continuously pushing yourself as a songwriter to write better songs, to be a better guitar player, to be a more in-depth artist. It's just my life goal is to never, ever keep pushing that boundary. And when I met him, we would just sit and hang out, have a drink, and listen to each other's work and talk. And, I discovered he was a really in-depth songwriter, and we kind of just started molding songs together, and we formed this band. And we wrote these songs for, the last year.
Yeah.
And then we kind of went in and just recorded it, and you know, the final version is now available all over the world, and we're super, super, super proud of it.
Yeah, we love it.
And we have stuff coming up, but we don't want to say what.
It's a secret.
Okay.
It's a secret. We have a secret.
Yeah, I mean, the one thing I definitely notice about Michael Van Linden projects is that the recording level is always very good, like professional. Like you I think figured out that that's like one of the hardest things I think for bands is to figure that out. But you've always had it, so very good.
Thank you, Valerie.
That's what I always thought.
Thank you.
And then I loved your like all of the lyric videos and the videos that y'all did, and I think y'all did cards that you could download. I saw y'all cutting them up.
Yeah.
I like all the artwork also. Are you one of you guys doing the design and stuff?
No, we've been working. Well, I started working with this graphic designer who's a good friend of mine named Todd Lemieux, and anybody should get a hold of him if they want great artwork, original artwork. And he really goes through the process with the artist, and we were like, here's what we want, here's what we hate, but we don't know what we like. Right. And then he would just bring us all these different feels and colors, and he would go, okay, what color? Well, this color. And he'd bring all these colors, and you know, I'm always really detailed about what I want and what I like for some reason.
Your vision.
I have
big vision.
Yeah, I have huge visions. Probably crazy, but oh well. And at least I'll have fun going down Blaze of Glory, knowing that shit was exactly the right color.
Yeah, I love the font work. I love it's very bold and bright, and then the pine, the hand done stuff is very sweet. Like, it's all really cool.
Thank you.
Yeah, thanks.
Yeah, I think that something that we really both wanted to do with this band was do something that we hadn't done before, right? So for him, it was a first band, so he gets to have this whole experience for that. I've had all these bands, and I kind of take experience from that. But what I didn't do previously is what the Scarlet Coast were really being all-encompassing artistically, and this is something I think every band can do that can benefit them. And so maybe this goes into that question that you had about what do you think people could do to start playing music, or right?
Yeah.
So I think you need to look at your music outside of your music. You have to look at yourself as the product, if you can get there. It's a nasty trail to get there, but you can get there. And you can look at yourself and go, okay, I know who I am, but I don't know how the world views me. So if I paint a backdrop, or no pun intended, but if I can paint a backdrop for an audience to consume what I'm making, and this even includes stylized fonts, colors, aesthetic. What do you want that music to portray to people?
Yeah.
And so we work really hard on that as a band, because it is important, I think, to give people a firm place to listen to your stuff from.
Yeah, the way that I'm kind of thinking about it now, kind of trying to communicate who I am. So I feel I'm one of those confusing people that I'm a little weird, and it's hard for me to explain things. And then I just kind of give up, and I'm like, I'll just go to my room and play guitar or something.
Right.
It's like, for me to just feel like confidence to come out of my shell is stuff like this, where I'm like putting myself in front of a microphone, turning on a camera, and just going for it and trying to show my personality.
It's really hard to do. It takes a brave heart, because, people love to tear us down. People love to tear you down. But it's okay. It's fine. If we need to be your reason to tear us down, good for you. You look happy and healthy, not me.
No.
Yeah.
Just quoting little Olivia Rodrigo. Hi, Olivia, call us.
Oh,
Oh yeah.
I'm the real father, I think. Yeah. Test tube.
Olivia questions are coming soon.
They're coming, Olivia.
Yeah. Okay. So, all right. So we know where you've been and a little bit about what your band's doing now. Okay. Now that the record's out and y'all have a secret thing that's about to happen. But what's kind of the vision for the band now?
well, we're working on that secret project, so that's our next step. But after that, we're going to kind of try and release something having to do with sitting on top of the pines in the spring, and then we're both going to work on our solo records.
Yeah.
Cool.
For next year.
Yeah.
And then we'll regroup after those and see what our next step is.
Yeah.
Cool. I kind of have a publicity hack that I'm like kind of going through my brain. So normally people like to announce a project 3 months in advance, and then you're going to all these interviews about some project that's going to be released in 3 months. And to me, that feels really weird, especially now.
It is weird.
So my new hack, maybe if this is good, is to release a project. So for example, like 2 solo records, but then announce the release date for your record, like for the next project, where you have something to talk about and that's available.
Well, that's what we try to do, is keep it on a roll.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling. Like, we just released Sitting on Top of the Pines. We have a project that's secret that we can't talk about, and then we've got another one that's sort of secret that we can't talk about, but then we can talk about we're doing 2 solo records, which will be very different. Yeah. And then at the end of next year, we'll probably get together and put something out, and I would say either maybe December of 2022 or something like that.
Well, I always, just coming from like a record label art director person from back in the day, my thing is like, if you don't have something out by September, like just go ahead and do it like January 1st, because just like by designing so many records, so when something's like released in 2020 December, for some reason in January 2021, even though your album's like a month old, it's like that's from last year. So I don't know, that's like a weird thing I've noticed.
Unless of course you release something very timeless.
Yeah, you know, like a Christmas album, my favorite thing in the whole world.
Something like that.
Yeah.
You do something like that. Yeah. Okay,
cool. So the next kind of question was like advice for somebody that wants to do what you're doing. The good, the bad, any like. If
there's more bad than there is good, but there's also more good than there is bad. It's kind of like, be prepared to be everybody's punching bag. Be prepared to never be good enough, and be prepared to go on giant roller coasters. I've gone on huge roller coasters in my career, where I've been on red carpets, and then I've also been playing to a room of one person, and that person was a drunk.
Right.
So be prepared as much as you possibly mentally can for that kind of variety that's going to knock the wind out of you. But you just gotta get up because you believe in your work.
Right.
Believe in yourself. That's key.
And what would you say? So you mentioned there's some records that you don't like that you've done. What would you say to somebody if they know the record isn't good at all, but they got to release it to get on to the next thing, to learn it, and then move on? What do they do?
Yeah. Well, I would say definitely just keep releasing stuff. You know, do the best that you can with the project that you're working on at the time. And even if it doesn't turn out to be the best quality in the end, or
you learn from it
very well, you learn from it. Just always push yourself to be better the next time.
And I bet you'll find stuff in that project that you don't like that years later, because this is when, for me, my first solo album, Fortunes and Misfortunes, when I listen to it now, like, there are moments that I love because I was just this young 20-something-year-old kid in LA just being a punk-ass bitch. But I was doing it, right? And I was owning it. And so that is what I can enjoy all these years later.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and learn from.
Yeah, and I guess, so you and I met at the front row of a Julian Halfwell concert. We're kind of super fans, you know, and
she knows. Hi, Juliana.
Hello.
Hi.
Yeah, but that does make me think, like, even though Juliana is like the most amazing, my favorite guitar player, just everything, there are things that she's done that I'm like, not my favorite, but it's like I kind of just like don't care. I just like it.
It's just when she taught me to have an unbelievable volume of work. Like I have so many albums because a few years ago I started the new goal for myself, which came after I had sort of a musical mental breakdown that lasted like 5 years that I stopped playing music. When I came back, now I'm back with a vengeance. And my goal is I will release 2 albums a year for the rest of my life.
Yes.
Done.
That's
like,
amazing.
2 albums a year, and they're going to be 100% different.
Wow.
Push. Yeah. So that's what keeps me going on a daily basis. Eat well, exercise, keep your circle healthy, but push yourself as hard as you can artistically. I mean, really do so. Find artists, find songwriters or guitar players or both that you know are incredible and learn from them, right? I mean, learn from them. Don't steal from them, just learn from them.
Right.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, I think pushing yourself is key.
Yeah.
For sure.
Well, awesome. Okay, so I'm going to ask y'all that new goal question. So remember that. We're gonna swing back around to that. But I did want to ask you some specific things about the new album, which is, and if something's a secret, you don't have to tell me. Okay. But I just thought it might be helpful to know like what distro company you chose to go with. Is it Bandcamp, or is that
we went with a few. We went with a couple to reach maximum potential.
We did Bandcamp and then CD Baby, which takes you to iTunes and Amazon and Spotify and all of those. So, and it's, I mean, even like Napster. I didn't even know that was still a thing.
Yeah, maybe it's like other countries use that, but it is a thing. But
yeah. So CD Baby gets you everywhere, like all the main places and even kind of little places most people haven't heard of. So.
Yeah, they're good company still.
Yeah, they're the kind of the OG.
They are the OG.
Yeah, so do they still do like you pay the one-time fee and then they take a percentage? I think is that still their model, or have they changed it a little bit?
A percentage.
I don't think they take anything that I know of. Maybe they do, but I don't remember.
I don't think so. I think you just sign up through their channels, right? So you place all of your stuff, your masters, all your crap, and they act as the hub.
Right.
They just act as a hub for all the other entities to grab it from.
Cool. Yeah, because I know TuneCore was a thing, but TuneCore charges you every year, whereas
TuneCore, yeah.
What I thought with CD Baby, they're just like a one-time thing to upload it.
As far as I know.
Yeah.
Let's hope.
Cool. And then I was gonna ask you guys, what did y'all end up choosing, or for your song publishing? Did y'all use Ascap or BMI or something else, or have y'all gone to that? Not a lot of bands know that stage and when to do that, and so.
Oh, that started a very long time ago for me, and I'm with Ascap.
Okay.
I'm with BMI, so.
Cool. It's
And
pretty
so for
easy.
anybody that needs to know, it's just a performance rights organization that helps protect your work. It helps protect your songs, helps protect you as a performer, so that your stuff isn't played on TV and stuff like that, right? So you become a member with one of these organizations, CSEC, Ascap, BMI, and then you register each work.
Uh-huh.
So.
And one cool thing about BMI that you can do is you can submit your set list for your live shows and they'll pay you. It's not very much. I mean, it adds up. Like, you know, I was playing very often a few years ago before the pandemic, and, you know, I just would submit every set list and they pay you for playing your own songs. So
Cool. And is it kind of easy when you have two songwriters writing one song to do it to two different organizations?
We just split everything. We split all the publishing and the writing credits.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
We just split it 50-50.
But when y'all turn in your kind of paperwork to ASCAP and BMI, is that easy when y'all have separate companies?
Yeah, you just whatever because you get a unique handle, right? So you can sort of tag that person in the registration.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Okay. I wanted to talk about some of the YouTube videos and just how y'all are feeling about that. Did y'all have like a person help you make your music videos? What are you feeling about YouTube as far as like helping your music by, doing what you're doing so far?
I don't know. I don't know if it helps us, but it doesn't hinder us either. It just kind of gives us a visual component, and which is fun. It's just fun, right? It gives the people who are interested in the band another thing to look at. And as far as like our videos, we did 2 of the videos, which are Saturday Morning and Frame by Frame, and then we found this guy who was an animation artist to do the video Everybody. Mm-hmm. And we have a video coming out September 17th, which is pretty cool. It's for the song Oopsie Doodles, and all we're gonna say about it is that we're basically we borrowed some stuff from the Mario Brothers.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, for Saturday Morning we had a friend film that, but then Michael did all the editing and the effects and everything like that. So, but yeah, we have these other 2 animated ones, and September 17th for Oopsie Doodles. We're excited for that one.
That's gonna be funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely I watched the video. Somebody knowing you for years, if you posted it, I definitely went over to YouTube to check it out. So I don't know. Mm-hmm. It works for me to check it out. So, but everyone's so different. There's 100 different styles of way people do social media. So,
well, I think that giving any kind of a video to people is a good thing, because music these days is visual in a lot of ways. Yeah. Even old timers, you have to sort of.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
I mean, God, I've been making music longer than At this point, it's ridiculous. It's like, oh my God, all the changes I've seen in the music industry since I began is crazy,
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, we saw the death of the record store, and then the rebirth of the vinyl. It's all
right. Yeah.
Yeah. Ready for the reel-to-reel machines to start.
I mean, and it's like, how many viewers do you have? How many likes do you have? All these things how many streams do you have? All these things make you important instead of, it's just the way that the world is working. But I think that if you make good, quality, solid songs, nothing can really touch that. So,
yeah.
Yeah, I do feel like that's fading away. I feel like there's something magical. We're right on the cusp. I don't know. I feel like social media is changing. Something good is going to happen. It's going to be for artists and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, something is coming. It's just I've kind of been thinking about it as like the last 20 years, it's kind of been teaching us how to use the internet. And I feel like, all right, we're about to be full steam ahead of like, how do you make money doing whatever you want all day long?
It's definitely going to get much easier. We've already seen that.
Yeah, definitely.
And definitely it is easier to reach a lot of people these days, you know, as a musician.
Which is great because, you know, it used to be kind of hard. You'd have to build your scene in your local area, and then you'd have to push yourself out further in it. You know, that could be financially hard to do. But now you can get the viewers and the fans from farther away, and that can make it easier then to get out further into the world. So.
Yeah. So I had a question about the live concert y'all did for the release party. Sounded pretty good. I was walking. My neighborhood had a party like right at that moment, so I was like walking the neighborhood with it on headphones and was catching the party. And I missed like the one song I wanted to hear.
Which was what?
The Frame by Frame song.
Oh yeah.
I don't know, for some reason, like somebody talked to me or something. I don't know, but I was like, oh dang it. But how did y'all set up the party for the sound to make sure it was like, you know, everyone could hear?
It was difficult.
It was a lot
because we were going to have a live show, and then at the last minute we decided to have the stream just to be safe.
Right.
And we had, you know, we all had like 3 or 4 amps that we were going to use, and we, you know, and then we had this soundboard that we borrowed, and so we were plugging everything into that, and at one point it sounded good. And then we changed like one thing, and the whole sound went to crap, and we couldn't hear ourselves, and some of the mics weren't working. So we had to.
It was a fucking disaster.
It was horrible. So we had to go out and buy a system specifically for that, which is fine because you can use it later on. But we had to go out and buy it, and then plug all that in. So, but yeah, the board we borrowed from our producer. And then he just let us know what to plug in where, and it was easy once we got that new system. Pretty easy. So
what is the system? Is it like a little?
It's just a little soundboard, and then we had an iRig too, which connects the from the soundboard to the computer or the cell phone, so that the quality comes through.
So it makes the quality sound better. So clearly it worked. I mean, you remembered the quality, right?
Yeah, I mean, but I don't remember thinking it was like I just was listening. That wasn't like a factor in my brain. I was just like, okay, joining the show.
That's good.
Yeah,
you know you're doing well if nobody has any complaints. Now they're not going to compliment your ass, but if they're not complaining, you did all right.
Yeah, well, maybe you could send me the links of what y'all bought so I can put it in the show notes in case anybody is curious.
Okay.
Yeah. So, and then the radio station interview that y'all did.
Yeah.
I didn't hear it, but I did see y'all posted a flyer for it. So, how did y'all? I don't know. Is one of y'all kind of used to the game of like we need to get a radio station to talk? Yeah. Like, how did y'all end up getting that gig? Like, what was the deal there?
I think we both just know a lot of people out, you know, in the realm of radio, podcast,
music scene,
and you know, you put together a band and you sound okay, and people go, "Hey, yo, want to do this thing?"
Yeah, I had posted about the album on a Facebook story, and one of my radio friends saw that and contacted me. He was like, "Hey, I'd love to have you on my show," and so I was like, "Okay." So we set that up and did the interview. So it was fun.
Yeah.
Awesome. Yeah, I found that for DIY publicity, it's like if you just make it really easy to make an interview happen, all these people that do that work, they want to go home too, or they want to go after work and have drinks. Like, just make it like, here's the product, here's what I want to talk about, have me on your thing. I feel like it seems scary.
Remember that there's, you know, I mean, it's like you got to check your ego at the door because it's like, okay, Right? I mean, I hate when I watch these interviews, bands, and they're like, yeah, no, it's really hard being me or whatever. It's like, fuck you, kid. You don't know shit about hard yet.
Yeah, one of
But
my
she
favorite. Yeah, it'll come. One of my favorite song topics is like the road is hard song. Like anyone writing a song about the road as being hard and tough is like my favorite thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, the road is tough, but you get back in and brush off the dirt and you don't let go. That's right.
Yeah, so I wanted to ask you about Taylor Swift and Olivia
Well, she's
Rodrigo.
calling me right now, so I put it on mute. Never mind. She enough's enough, Taylor.
Just airplane mode. Taylor.
We love Taylor Swift. She's an incredible generational songwriter that we both truly enjoy.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
if you don't like her, people, well, there's something wrong with you. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
Something
well,
happened.
that's so I didn't really necessarily have like I like some of Taylor's songs and stuff, but because you love her so much, and I can see that,
You love her.
it does make me want to like check out her music in a deeper way, and I just haven't yet. So I was just maybe wanted to ask you, like, what would you say to somebody that maybe thinks Taylor Swift is for kids? Like, what's like the deep thing?
Go listen to Folklore or Evermore. Come back to me after you fully listen to fully,
beginning to end.
and then utter the words Taylor Swift is not talented to me.
Those albums are incredible. Like,
yeah,
she's always been a great songwriter and lyricist and musician, but this was to a completely different level. It blew me away. It was like her growth and her storytelling in that record, or in both those records, was just blew me away.
Yeah, we really just the night that they came out, you know, we got together, David and I, maybe a couple other people, and we just were like, you know, listening to the songs on Folklore for the first time ever, and reading the lyrics, and just going,
yeah,
oh my God, like so vivid, so. I mean, you know, like when you write a great song, that flow, that she just has it in spades, man. And the voice is incredible. The instrumentation was gorgeous, and that was mostly Aaron Dessner from The National. She worked with him on this record, and Jack Antonoff, who, you know, gets all kinds of weird reviews, but at the end of the day, Jack Antonoff is incredible.
Yeah, I didn't really have necessarily opinion on him either, and then I saw him perform in South by, like he had what's his band? Fun?
Bleachers.
Yeah, and so he just did this quick set at the Stubbs outdoor stage, and I was like, that was actually good. And that was at a time when it's like, if you're at, I don't know, Austin people aren't probably the best audience. That's right. We're not the nicest, I will say, you know. And
you got to blow Austin away. That's the deal.
Good to know.
Oh, yeah.
If you want a crowd,
that's,
it's not, we're better than Dallas, but San Antonio is the place
Austin's
to go.
Incredible.
Yeah.
The thing about Austin is people know their music, and it's like in the air. And so when you perform in Austin, you gotta nail it, and because they had seen it before, they see it again, they're bored of you. So you gotta come through, you know, and that's tough to do anyway.
Yeah, San Antonio is if you go to San Antonio, it's like the entire crowd loves every song, and they act super happy. San Antonio is the place to play. Oh, but I did. So speaking of Jack, 1 second.
Someone's abducted Valerie.
Oh. I'm back. So Jack, I guess, met Natalie Maines.
Yeah.
For this album, I haven't opened it yet. I got when I bought this, they had changed their name to the Chicks, but I didn't. Hadn't changed the. I'm fine with it. I think it's like ballsy to just be like, I don't like the millions of dollars potentially
What's the
lost, it's just
story?
like, fuck it.
What's the story? Is record
they
label
thought-
thing?
No, they just thought if it hurts someone's feelings, because everyone's been canceled. Yeah, they just thought if it hurts someone's feelings, they don't want to do that. So they're just like,
There's something behind the word Dixie that I'm not aware of.
I don't know.
I don't think, to me, it's like,
It's
how
just,
is that offensive?
it was like, it's like all of a sudden it's like the Confederate flag, or it's like Dukes of Hazzard stuff. It's just like associated with that, I think, in some people's minds. So they they switched it. But this album,
not to me.
Yeah, I'm just like indifferent. It's fine.
Yeah.
But so Jack met Natalie at a wedding or at a party. So they generally met. She didn't just like hire him to do some hits.
Yeah.
And then they went to New York City and they were like,
Jack
let's just songwrite and have fun. And so her husband cheated on her, and this album came out. And this was like the first thing in 2020 that I was like, oh my God. So we have shifted into a new realm. Something's happening. Like cool. Because,
definitely cool music in 2021.
Yeah, definitely. 2020, it's starting, and now I think we're just gonna go bananas. Like we're gonna have full albums, beginning to end, every song being good. I just feel it's coming.
Everybody's into it right now. The new Lorde album is really thoughtful, even though she's just kind of a rich white girl who's stoned. I'm still here for it. She's got great lyrics. And Olivia Rodrigo's new first album, brilliant. Of course, Taylor's re-releasing all of her old stuff.
Right.
Because Scooter Braun, and Scooter, if you're watching this, kiss our ass.
There's like a team of people that screwed her over for that. Not good.
Yeah. So yeah, she really, so many times they did try to ruin her career, I think, but because she's doing so well that you want to see. She talked about how it's like, well, you're a girl or a woman and you're doing really well at your job. And she's like, people want to see you fail. And I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I think, she's just going full steam ahead. Nothing's going to stop her.
Which is, this whole thing, man. Just seeing all these people make all these great records. And so I am so glad to be making records right now.
Yeah, it's amazing. And Olivia, there's a line in one of her songs where she's talking about driving by her boyfriend's house. Oh, yeah. You said forever, and I drive alone past your street. Yeah. And that line alone, like I heard that just out in the world. And I'm like, that is what you do when you have like your high school thing.
She nailed it.
Right. Yeah.
She completely destroyed it.
It takes you right there.
Yep. No question.
One sentence. So.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
Okay. So the last question is about, tell us a new goal that you want to achieve in a time period that you want to have it done by. And if you would be willing to come back on the show and report back to us on how it's going or how it's not going, because I feel like I'm not like into accountability or anything like that. That like annoys me, but I do like, there's something magical about setting a goal, writing it down, and just trying. And even if it's like, that took 2 years longer than I thought it would, I feel like that's good information to know for everybody, because things seem easy.
I'm all about goals. I'm all about personal goals, and I get them done. All you really got to do is just do it. The only thing getting in the way is you. I mean, so what we have coming up is a bit of a secret. We want to keep it like a secret, but we can tell you maybe a few things about it if we're careful to make it still impactful.
Yeah. Or maybe just personal goals. I don't know.
Nah.
Okay.
No, I got all kinds of personal goals. I mean, I started working out again religiously, and I'm trying to eat as healthy as possible, and not run people over out of fits of rage and anger.
Right.
And you quit smoking.
I quit smoking. That was a big deal. Everybody should quit smoking. Everybody should quit smoking. Very big deal. But we have this new project that we're doing. that we've been writing for. And it's going to be really super special. And all we can tell you is that it will come out November 26th.
Okay.
It will come out the day after Thanksgiving. And be prepared to be in your feels, right?
Oh, the feels.
The feels are really, really intense with this shit. So know that you're going to be floating through the late fall and winter with some mega feels. And that's all we'll say.
Okay, so maybe we'll have you back on the show. Maybe give it a month to see how the reaction and how everything unfolded, and you can report back to us.
Sure. Love to.
Awesome. Well, I guess that's the show for today, unless you have anything else, or if there's anyone. I can see some viewers from the Melon app that I'm in. So if anyone has a question, type it in now. I think I will see it. And if there's anything else that y'all want to let the people know or anything fun, I don't know.
Well, we're playing in Portland in 10 days. That's something you guys can come to. If
on the 11th.
Awesome.
Our set is at 4 o'clock, and it's at the Cruise Room Annex on Alberta Street in Portland. You can look that up, and you should find it. And the event is from 3 to 10. It's live music all day and DJs. So
it's streamed live on Shady Pines Radio.
Yeah.
Shady Pines Radio is an independent radio station in 24-hour independent radio station on in Portland. And the owners, Callie and Brian, are just really cool and have supported our debut album since day one. Mm-hmm. And so we're going to go places. They're so cool. What a great station, great community. So if you're in Portland, come say hi. 4 o'clock on September 11th. Yes, we know.
Awesome. Okay, yeah, I like the being live thing. It's like sometimes you forget, and then sometimes you're just like, or deer in headlights, and you're like, okay, I don't know what to say anymore. I don't know. I did have one question on the live stream. Any more live streams? Any plans to like have a Twitch and like have your band practice live or anything like that?
We kind of did a live stream today on Instagram.
Oh, really?
Like David came over to my house and we were like, "What the hell? Let's just we were rehearsing,
We're
right?
rehearsing, yeah.
So we just did that, and it's like 3 people show up.
Yeah, we did it twice. We had there were 3 people the first time, and that was from his personal Instagram, and then we went from the Scarlet Coast Instagram. Literally no one.
Yeah, so just know that we might be sporadically just coming live. So go on Instagram and follow us on there. We would love to meet you, talk to you, and follow you back. We've got a lot of fun things that we do on there like that. We'll just go on there live and play some live stuff. But thanks for asking that.
Just keeping it casual. So it's at the Scarlet Coast for Instagram and Twitter. So
okay,
I'll look like us.
Yeah, I'll put all the links in the show notes. Yeah, so apparently with Melon, I don't know how it works yet, but we're streaming to Twitch and YouTube, and I could do LinkedIn. I had to apply for LinkedIn live streaming, which sounds really weird. I really want LinkedIn to be a fun place to be.
I think it's a tall feat, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like I could make it happen. But anyway, so
more power to your Valerie, baby.
Anyways, but yeah, I think you can take donations using the Melon and the live thing. So I don't know. I've just heard of bands like basically recording their practice and they make like $50 just practicing live and you know, it's just
we
like
have an account on OnlyFans, but you have
you should be a millionaire then.
But that's all going to end in October, right? Now they changed their mind.
Yeah, they changed their mind.
Oh, thank God. All my Instagram boyfriends now are still employed.
Oh, my God. Yeah, the OnlyFans is fun.
Right.
All right. Well,
thank you for having us.
Thank you so much. I don't have any questions I don't know who's watching, but thank you for watching. And go check out the party in Portland coming up on September 11th, or follow in all their places to be followed and try to catch a live show inside Instagram at least. And thanks, guys, so much.
Thank you.
Okay. See you later. I'll probably call and say hi after this, but I'm going to end the stream now.
Cool.
Okay. Bye.